Very nice to meet you, Nebuchadnezzar.
Um, I like what you've done here.
There was once a king who lost his mind when God showed him what he had become. Nebuchadnezzar, swollen with empire, pacing the gardens of Babylon, saying, "Is not this great Babylon that I have built by my mighty power?" Then the sky cracked open, the kingdom was stripped from him, and he lived like a beast among the dew. For 7 years he ate grass until he remembered that he was dust, and that all empires return to the soil. In our time, no one loses their crown. Not the prep school heirs, not the consultant class, not the polished creatures of the managerial world who believe every sin can be washed clean with a TED talk and a grant. There are no visions that terrify them, no dreams that warn. There is only the smile of the modern mayor, the perfect product of their class, who baptizes takeover as progress, who sells the city's soul to coastal private equity firms and calls it civic pride. He does not see himself in Nebuchadnezzar's madness, because his kind has never known accountability, never been driven to the field to eat grass, rather grass-fed filet mignon at Red Prime Steakhouse, with investor clients on behalf of Hall Capital. They rule a city that forgives everything except honesty. Nebuchadnezzar built Babylon to glorify himself. Holt builds Oklahoma City to brand itself. The difference is one of marketing, not morality. The ancient king raised gardens to reach the heavens. The modern one raises arenas to reach investors. The hanging gardens were at least beautiful. Our towers are digital illusions wrapped in out-of-state capital. Holt doesn't wake up sweating from divine dreams. He wakes up to focus group data from the modern-day magicians, enchanters, sorcerers, and astrologers like Pat M. Ferron, Renzi Stone, Karma Robinson, and friends. His prophets are consultants, his priests are influencers, and his visions are PowerPoints about vibrancy and momentum. There is no Daniel to tell him that his kingdom is numbered and finished. The Daniels have all been hired as communications directors or chased into exile. The only prophets left are those shouting into empty comment sections, warning that the furnace is not fire but the takeover itself, the quiet colonization of the city's will by men who will never set foot here, or ones who barely graduated from Cassidy and have too many DUI, ease or assault charges to leave town, who see land and labor as numbers to be rearranged. Nebuchadnezzar at least faced judgment, was broken, humbled, and restored. Holt will face no such thing. His madness is televised, applauded, written into grants and partnerships with help. From Bill Crystal, wrapped in the shallow adoration of filtered comment sections. On the rare post where something slips through, you see it. Run for governor. You're the best. No reason given. No evidence required. They love the illusion, the smooth digital persona that makes them feel good, that spares them from having to think about what has actually been done, or to whom. He rules not by accomplishment but by projection, his reflection endlessly, mirrored back by a public conditioned to mistake presentation for purpose. His fall will never come because his kingdom isn't built on stone but on perception. And perception cannot fall. It can only fade, quietly, into darkness while others take the blame. That is the truest measure of the time we live in, when madness, no longer terrifies but trends, when hubris is indistinguishable from progress, when the ruler who exalts himself is rewarded not with humiliation, but with another photo op, another round of applause. Babylon's king became a beast to remember his humanity. Our rulers remain human, and yet act like gods. That is worse. That is the sign of the age, the empire without a conscience, the Nebuchadnezzar without a dream.